Alright, fam. This the broke capitalist coming at you. And I heard something very interesting today concerning the city across the bay, San Francisco. That's what you're seeing off in the distance. So I need to go there, so I thought I'd take you with me. It's a nice day for a ride. Hope you guys enjoy it. But the news of the day is the average home price. No. The average household income needed to buy a home in San Francisco is currently, I believe it said, $350,000. And what's even more surprising is the average household income needed to buy a home in San Jose is approximately $450,000. I thought that it would be timely to do another video. One, because it's such a nice day. And two, because we have the State of the Union today. And I would have to say that the State of the Union is not great if the average household income needs to be approximately $350,000 to buy a home in San Francisco. Now you're looking at the East Bay and the East Bay Bridge. But we're headed to San Francisco. So tonight's State of the Union address will be very interesting. Alright, for those who don't believe I stop at stop signs, you might be right. Alright. So now we're getting onto the bridge. It's about it's almost 11 o'clock. So I am somewhat surprised it's this crowded. I think there must be an accident up here because around 10:30 the bridge kind of clears out a bit. I'll be back. Alright, this is view. Never get tired of it. The view coming into San Francisco on the Bay Bridge. You have the Golden Gate Bridge over to the right. We'll get a little closer to that a little later. But the past few videos I've made note of the cleanup job San Francisco has done since the communist President Xi came to the city. And I was just talking to a property owner in Oakland about 15 minutes ago. And he lives in a spot that was, although he lives on a nice street, nice property. He just so happens to live near a freeway overpass where homeless people gather. I mean, a lot of them. And I asked him, I said, well, where'd all the homeless go? He said, I don't know where they went, but I'm glad they're not here. But he did say they do come around in the about 2 or 3 days, they're gone. City moves them, removes them, but he doesn't know where all the homeless people are going, and neither do I. But hey, that's a story for another day. Today, we're just going to enjoy the beautiful weather and contemplate a life where your household income needs to be approximately $350,000 to live in this 7 mile by 7 mile city. And when you think of that figure, approximately $350,000, you know there are places people would consider the ghetto in San Francisco. So you include those places. It's not a lot, but they're there. They are there. And then you have places like Billionaires Row, where, you got trust fund kids, old money, and you mix that all together, and what do you get? You get a lot of rich people, and now not many poor people, like the working poor. My opinion, you're getting the middle class is pretty much gone. Right? If the middle class is $350,000, then Jesus. So you're getting, I don't know what you're getting. I mean, you're getting a lot of rich people from tech, obviously. Maybe multiple families living in one house, sharing one mortgage. Me personally, I don't see the value in the average home in San Francisco costing $350,000. One, because your average home is just not going to have any land, right? So you're paying for the box you're living in, basically. And you can always visit. Hopefully, the crime will go down, and you don't have to worry about your car getting broken into. Which I think that has also gotten better. I'm not sure, but I believe it has. Alright, so now we're coming on Folsom Street here. We're going to take Fremont. I will say this, man. San Francisco is a beautiful city. It is just a shame that is not the city it was 10, 15 years ago. And of course, a lot of that has to do with COVID. A lot of shops closed down to never reopen. A lot of companies who allowed their employees to work from home just decided, hey, why pay rent at this place? Let's just have the whole team work from home and save on rent. So you have a lot of that going on. And the trickle down is it's just less people in San Francisco. But the prices of houses are going up. So, that supply and demand factor, I don't know how you calculate that with, a government agency. It's not really a government agency, but a central bank acting on behalf of a government can arbitrarily increase and decrease interest rates. Again, that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, this is currently 11 o'clock in San Francisco. I would say 10 years ago, where I'm at right now would be packed with people. Well, this building wasn't here 10 years ago. This building is relatively new. It's a new Salesforce Transit Center. When I get around this, yes, I can. Don't try this at home, folks. So this area, we're coming into the financial district, and the Salesforce Tower is over to my left, kind of behind me. listened to me long enough, you know I used to work down here, but I haven't had an office down here since 2014. But again, this is 11:05. This is technically rush hour. And how many people do you see out here? This is the main street. This is Market. Not much. Let's see. Like I said, don't try this at home. I'm a professional in my own mind. So no one really lives around here. So you know, I mean, if they do, I don't know where they would. They might live. You know, they were talking about uh, turning some of these office spaces into residential spaces. I think they're going to have to, because a lot of these buildings are empty. Like, there's one person crossing this street. Like, that's insane, man. If you've ever been to San Francisco during rush hour in this part of town, one person crossing the street, maybe these two, that's just insane. I don't know if you've heard, but Macy's is closing. Let's go past Macy's. I don't have uh, too much space on this video card, so let me come back to you in a minute. Alright, so in search of Macy's. We are pretty much downtown, the shopping district of San Francisco at 11 o'clock. Yeah, so Macy's right in front of us will be closing. Needless to say, that's a cornerstone of the downtown area. Well, this is what happens when you don't prosecute crime. Those who follow the rules get punished. Because those who follow the rules and want to pay for the goods that they want to possess now don't have a place to purchase those goods. I really feel bad for tourists who come out to San Francisco. I think by now people pretty much know the troubles of the city. So that's why tourism is down. But yeah, this is like the hub. This is the center. I don't want to say it's like the Times Square of San Francisco, but it's close. I mean, this place should be packed with people, but it's not. I mean, you can see the tour bus over there. And hey, there's a cable car. Bunch of hotels around here. Let's get to what I call the physical manifestation of liberal policies. Man, can we not turn? Taylor Jones. All right. There are definitely residential apartments around here. I'm not sure if there's any condos to buy. But you definitely have sights to see. Oh, look. Campgrounds. The average price, $350,000. Now, of course, I'm assuming if there was a condo in one of these buildings, it wouldn't cost $350,000. But hey, you never know. You're gonna always have poor people. But some policies lead to more poor people than other policies. And so what happens is people with money who can afford to leave, that's exactly what they do. They leave. And those who can't afford to leave get stuck. Living in a building where you got people camped out on the sidewalks. And the best you can hope for is a polite homeless person. I will say they have cleaned this up a bit. I keep saying that because it is true. They have definitely cleaned this place up a bit. This area has always been kind of, the bad part of San Francisco, if you want to say the bad part, the Tenderloin area. So I'm not going to just show you the bad, I'll show you the good because, hey, somebody watching this may actually want to buy a home in San Francisco. So you might as well see it all. Oh, look at there. Oh wow, man, they done tagged this whole hotel. Jesus. So I love this street, Pope, because it takes you from the bottom ladder of society, which is kind of behind me. So the lower income to lower blue collar to blue collar to upper blue collar to upper class to just old money. So I guess right around here you can start. I'm sure there's some condos or something you can buy, and trust me, it will cost you more than $350,000 because we are near City Hall. This street, Polk, has a lot of entertainment, grocery stores, shops. Just need to walk it. In the street, like San Francisco, is only 7 miles by 7 miles, so I don't know, the street is probably a mile. Again, y'all, this is a major city, and it's 11:20, and there's nobody around. You know, 10, 15 years ago, on a Thursday, you'll see a ton of tourists, even in this area, especially where we're about to go. But it's the beginning of March. It's like 60 degrees. degrees. So like I said, people will tolerate a lot. I'll be back. So now I kind of skipped the middle class and went to the upper class. We're about to enter what's called the marina area. So this is the part of San Francisco that's tilting that average way up. Van is messing up my view. Alright. So, even in this area, I don't know if you saw that, there's a homeless person. Now, this is, if you got money and you live in San Francisco, this is one of your best options because, for whatever reasons, it's always sunny here. This little piece of heaven that everyone is left. Like I said, this is lunchtime. There's nobody here. Now I know it's not the weekend, but it's Thursday. It's lunchtime. Nobody's here. This is the State of the Union, folks. One of the world's major cities. Relatively empty. I mean, jeez. Plenty of bars. Testing her life. Uber. Yeah, I just made them mad. Fortunately, me. There's no police around. One thing they do have in San Francisco are meter maids. Apparently, it don't matter the population. They keep those people employed. Again, this is lunchtime. These are restaurants. It's empty. Now, back in the day, when I first moved to San Francisco, this is, if you were looking for me, this is where you find me. We called it the Triangle. We used to hang out at one of Galvin Newsom's bars called Balboa. It's coming up pretty soon. But look at that view. You can't beat the view. Okay, it's 11:30. Where is everybody? Over to the left, Balboa Cafe. Good place, great food that no one's eating. Now, as you guys probably know, I'm from Detroit. Old enough to remember the crack era. I'm not old enough to remember the last time a Republican was the mayor of Detroit, but guess what? That was like in the late 50s, and during that time, I believe that was the time when Detroit was the most affluent city in the world. Uh, the auto industry had a lot to do with that. And then after the Republican mayor, you got a bunch of Democratic socialists, in particular Coleman Young, who was a Tuskegee Airman. Um, he was a champion for black people, but his sword was socialism, and his shield was racism. So eventually, the policies that were enacted because of a need to protect minorities from the racist capitalists drove all the money out of Detroit. And those that remained couldn't leave because they didn't have the capital to leave. Oh, here's some people eating. Wow, during lunch. And this is what's happening to this lovely city called San Francisco. Like I said, when I first got here, I spent a lot of time here, like Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning to Sunday afternoon. And this is the street, and I'll show you the exact location in a second, where you could see single women going to this was when Lululemons first came out, when it first got popular. Now everybody wearing them. You would see them like parade into this fitness center up here. There's just a parade of like new college graduates. Just a parade of them in Lululemons. They're all fit. Nobody was trying to get in shape because they were all in shape. And this street was just full of Porsches, Ferraris, Range Rovers. It was a fashion show for Lululemon, and it was a car show. And I used to sit at this restaurant to the left, and Crush Fitness is to the right. So I had a bird's eye view of the parade. Good times, folks. But around here, again, you're not going to find a house, a condo, or anything for $350,000. You can forget that. I mean, these are $1 million probably for a 1,000 square foot condo. If you got the money, yeah, why not? If I had the money, and if I had to live in San Francisco, this is the neighborhood I would choose. So, Biden's State of the Union. What could he possibly say? I'm pretty sure he's just going to blame everything on Trump. And half of the country who voted for Trump. Hope you're enjoying the ride. Take you to the Palace of Fine Arts. That ain't beautiful. This is where all the tourists would be. And the fact that you got parking spaces it's a sign that there's no tourists. I mean, this place would be just packed with people any day of the week, anytime. Except for like 2 in the morning, right? Nothing. looking over at Marin County. And the Golden Gate is behind me. We're on Marina. Joe Montana has a house on this street. I'm not going to tell you where it's at.
I just wanted to remind you guys to check out thebrokecapitalist.com. You'll find some awesome books there, including a historical fantasy fiction series that I star in, called Ideas in Blood.